His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic to Nigeria, a very sincere good morning to you and to your staff, the Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry and Investment, the representative, my personal friend, Director Ron, who I had the pleasure to meet again this morning after a few years of not seeing each other. All protocols respected, all agencies already recognized, equally important in this collective effort that we undertake this morning. It is indeed an honor to be here with you at this first micro and small and medium enterprise forum. Good to hear about access to finance. Having been here in the region for some time now and before in my career, we do acknowledge this problem, and we are fully committed, even alongside with our financial institutions, Bank of Industry, Afrexim Bank. We do recognize the problems that SMEs and MSMEs face in access to finance. I'm equally delighted to see that the conference today also talks to the digital innovation and the market access points. In all these points, I am glad to say that the European Union has been a really steadfast partner of the African Union, and very proud to be so. Very steadfast partner of ECOWAS in our region more specifically, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Just very briefly, I don't want to bother you too much about a long list of action, but just to remind ourselves that our EU Team Europe initiative in support of the African economic integration towards the implementation of the Africa Free Trade Agreement, Continental Free Trade Agreement, hovers around 1.1 million euro and covers a lot of aspects that are indeed essential for thriving small and medium-sized and macro enterprises in the continent, including value addition. Just last week we launched a very important value addition program together with ITC and UNIDO that will benefit selected value chains in the West African region, but also marketing, labeling, sustainability, environmental issue, technology transfer, innovation, business promotion, as well as standards and technical regulations. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, access to market information is extremely important, and to address this major hindrance to trade, the African Trade Observatory was created as one of the operational instruments of the Continental Free Trade Agreement, led by the African Union Commission, with the financial and technical support, respectively, from the European Union, the ITC. The African Trade Observatory is a very useful digital portal tool designed to empower African MSMEs by providing free access to detailed real-time data and information on trade flows, tariffs, market access conditions, and export potentials, which are crucial to identify and compare markets for their products, make informed decisions, and enter new markets across Africa. Another major hurdle related to today's topic of market access is the complexity of international trade regulations, customs procedures, licensing requirements, and documentation. In this regard, the EU supports efforts from the African countries, regional economic communities, and African Union to harmonize standards and regulatory frameworks across the continent through several regional and continental initiatives. This is notably the case of the Team Europe Technical Assistance Facility to support the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and Continental Economic Integration, the EU TAF, as we call it, that has been implemented since 2022 and will run till 2027, and also through the newly launched 200 million EU-funded Africa Trade Competitiveness and Market Access Programme, ATCMA, that we launched for West Africa just last week. The same issue is equally addressed directly at the level of macro, small, medium enterprises through various initiatives under the AU, African Union SME strategy, including the African Women in Processing and the Enterprise Africa Network. The Enterprise Africa Network and the African Women in Processing are crucial platforms for knowledge exchange, capacity building, policy advocacy, which also benefit from the EU support to the African Union Commission via the technical the Technical Continental Free Trade Agreement facility and the other projects just mentioned. On digital, I would like to underline the importance of the adoption of the Digital Trade Protocol and its annexes adopted in February 2025. This, for us, can be a game changer, and with the regional, national, and continental authorities, we are looking at ways to support its speedy implementation across Africa. For it to work, not only governments have to do their homework of implementing digital rules, but small businesses also need to understand what is in it and how they can benefit from it. Let me say, just in conclusion, just a reminder to make it a bit clearer. In Nigeria, we support small and medium-sized businesses, including micro, in their digitalization effort, and I'm delighted to see SMEDAN present here because they are an actor, a stakeholder of our efforts that we implemented through the German cooperation GIZ. And as I already mentioned, we act at a regional level. With the digital agenda, we are about to start a program on e-governance, e-payment, and cybersecurity that will also be implemented by a number of agencies. It may sound a bit repetitive to hear about a project when we perceive that the situation has not much to improve, probably in these areas over the years, but I would like to, give these programs a chance to make a difference at a time when a difference is badly needed and is definitely there to be achieved. We do believe that no time before today, the region and the continent, mainly thanks to the Continental Free Trade Agreement, they can really offer citizens and MSMEs what they most need. And I really hope that this conference, this forum, may bring this point well to the fore and contribute really to its fulfillment. Thank you very much.